can one change their color all the time without damage? That, my friends, is a trade secret that I will unmask for you today as we dive into the world of semi-permanent color. What's good, everybody? Specifically the people that are looking to change or enhance or neutralize or add to their current hair color. This is the video for you as we dive into the umbrella of healthy hair coloring, which is semi-permanent color, and all the different types of products that entails. So without further ado, keep watching this video for professional, science-backed advice on how to maintain your color at home 100% damage-free while conditioning. I know you want to talk about color, but this is the first step. We've got to start off with maintenance for the hair, preventing the color from fading and protecting the strength and health of your hair. Now, I do want to thank Eva NYC for partnering with me for a portion of today's video. This is one of my absolute favorite hair masks that I have been using for years. Excellent for colored hair that I even like to mix with color because it is rich in argan oil, which provides vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and antioxidants, which are amazing for color-treated hair. Actually, all hair. One of the things that causes your color to fade so quickly is environmental sources of free radicals, such as UV, pollution, etc., and oxidative colors, such as permanent hair color that we use to lighten the hair or cover grays, are oxidative dyes. All of these create the damage that we are very familiar with, such as rougher strands, increased porosity, your hair drying out, tangles, breakage, frizz, which are also all things that curly hair is susceptible to. Hence why deep conditioning and masking is so very important. Besides the bonus of the antioxidant rich formula, I love this mask because it smells absolutely delicious. It detangles my hair like a dream. It works in just 3 to 5 minutes. Oh my God, it smells so delicious. It's extremely affordable considering the size of the tub and the amount that you get. Besides color treated hair, this mask is also safe to use if you have a keratin treatment or a Brazilian straightening treatment. Plus, it's vegan and Leaping Bunny certified cruelty free. So bonus on bonus on bonus. This is a mask that I always like to keep on hand, and this can be used on any color of hair, unlike a direct dye or color mask. But then again, together, let's talk about how I take this color safe mask and make it a color mask with direct dyes. Now, if you excuse me, I'm just gonna sit back and drink my tea while she explains and gets a little nitty-gritty scientific. Hi, Scientific Mell here, and wow, I've got the wrong glasses on. I still got this cast on. God damn it! Anyways, let us begin. Hi, Scientific Mell here, lover of color. Let's just get directly into this. Direct dye covers a very large variety of molecules that are highly pigmented. These dyes have a wide range of usage in textiles, plastics, and of course, hair dyes. If you've ever heard people say that blank hair dye is basically carpet dye, well, it basically is. Human hair is a natural animal substrate, and therefore the dyes that we use on humans is going to be very similar from what we use on other natural fabrics. They are color molecules that are already preformed. In other words, what you see is what you get. Unlike permanent color, which if you've ever squeezed out of a tube, you can see that how it looks in the bowl right after mixing is very different than how it looks on your head. This is the difference between oxidative color and non-oxidative color. Permanent color, which uses an oxidizer, aka the developer, to mix into the color to activate it, allows permanent color to swell the cuticle, penetrate into your hair strands, chemically alter the hair's natural state, and deposit its final color. Direct dyes don't. They actually work by clinging onto the surface of your strands. Because they dye on top of the hair, imagine that the color that they reflect that you shall see is a colorful sheen very similar to how we would see if we were wearing rose-colored glasses. I would like to thank Screamers for these. Since these dyes do not penetrate into the strands and chemically alter the hair, they don't last very long and they can be shampooed away. But the bond can be difficult to break. These dyes have a very strong affinity for previously latent, in other words, damaged strands. Because damaged areas in your strands create negative ions, damaged hair is negatively charged and direct dyes are positively charged. And since opposites attract, these things bond to the hair and give you that longer-ish lasting effect that isn't quite permanent, but it can last. So let me get this straight. Semi-permanent dye will not lighten your hair. No.
No.
Will it change your natural color?
No. Well, it will add to your hair color, but not actually permanently change what your strands actually are. No.
So it won't cover the grays?
No. Well, maybe they can leave a stain, but this will result in more of a blended effect. It's not going to give you full coverage or long-lasting effects. Yeah. So, no.
It sounds limiting. It sounds like there's not much we can do, but let's talk about all the things that you can do and how to pick the right color for you. So when it comes to making your perfect color mask or picking the right color for you, we need to assess what we're working with, what your starting point is, and assess the wheel. Well, I wanted to spin. And assess the wheel of color. I was hitting a couple obstacles, but that's pretty realistic. We're gonna keep in mind the limitations, and step 0, ask your stylist what they may recommend for you. Because while they may be slightly pissed when you first walk in with an unexpected color result on your head, you are ultimately going to be the one that is pissed when you have to foot the bill of the correction, which I do not wish for you. So consult a professional. I can't see you through a screen. But here's what you're gonna do. Step 1, assess your fur color. I kind of like that, furrent, because you know, it's like fur. Okay, step 1, figure out your value. How much are you worth? More like, what level are you? And not like next level. I'm saying, what level is your hair from lightness to darkness on a scale of 10? To figure this out, we're only going to pay attention to your lightest highlights because you may have different levels in your hair. My roots are a different level. They're darker than my ends. But your ends, which are typically lighter, are going to be what picks up the color the most. So find the level of your lightest hairs. A pro tip to doing this is to take a picture of your hair in natural lighting, then remove all saturation from that picture and compare it to a grayscale. When there's no longer a hue, a tone to the hair, it makes it much easier to determine the level, but now bring back all of that color and determine the hue, the starting point that you are. Is your hair cool? Is it warm and brassy maybe? Is it kind of just flat and dull? Whatever undertones you're seeing most of is gonna help you figure out if your hair is warm, cool, or just neutral. Now the fun part. Step 2, decide who you want to be in life. I mean, what you want to see in sight. Remember the limitations. These dyes will not lighten the hair. They can only add to what you currently have. So your options are to neutralize, enhance, add a tone, or darken. Take a look at this equation. You have your current hair color plus blank equals your end result. If I use myself as an example, my current hair color is like a coppery brown, the lightest bits. If my goal is to give a little extra reflect and shine, I may add some yellow or gold. And if I wanted a more natural color, I would choose a brown that is either cool or warm, depending on what I like. I really love this chocolate brown. These would all give me different results, which will vary depending on, again, where I'm starting. You can't forget where you started from.
Started from the bottom.
And now we're hair. Your color will only be as vibrant as the color we're working with. I really want you to take a look at some of these color wheels. These may look different from what you're used to seeing. Newsflash, the color wheel is actually a sphere. There's a whole system to it. And the more you understand color theory, the more fun you can have with experimenting with your direct dyes. To fully customize, add gold for brightening and reflect. Add warmth to fill, especially when going darker. Add or create brown for more natural results. And add clear or conditioner to dilute or soften your results. Now, if you're really interested in learning a lot more about color theory, I highly recommend you check out Color with Chemistry on Instagram. And if you're scared shitless, then, there are color masks already made for this. My biggest tip would be to swatch things out so you understand the undertones. You just need like a piece of paper or something with a white background. I like to smudge a dot of color on this just to see what the undertones are. I also recommend going into beauty supply stores and seeing if they have the little hair swatches because those are usually done on platinum hair. So it gives you a good idea of what the brightest result of this color could be. Now that you have your color, let's start applying. I'm going to once again sit back with another beverage while we are led by my sister for a little demonstration. Take it away. Oh, that's tasty. First, you want to detangle and section your hair. Apply gloves. Amanda. Okay. You should have applied gloves. Luckily, she's doing a lighter color. If you're doing a darker color, then you definitely, especially if you have natural nails, you definitely want to wear gloves. It will stain your fingers. I think my one orange nail is still recovering. You can apply on clean, dry hair for maximum pigment, or on damp hair after rinsing with conditioner, or even applying K18. I love using this to prep the hair as well. Helps to even out the hair's porosity. You're going to apply the color mask in sections and apply generously. Make sure you have enough for your whole head. Really massage that in to ensure saturation. And then set yourself a timer. The longer it's on, the deeper the results you're gonna have. But usually after 20 minutes, you're good to rinse. Rinse thoroughly, and then use it as needed. You can use it one time a week, or let it fade out. Depending on the color, it can take 4 to 10 washes, or a lot longer. We need to talk about a couple disclaimers. Probably should have brought up earlier. You're gonna notice bleeding. Yeah, you're gonna notice that it's a massacre every time you rinse your head. At least for the first 1 to 2 washes, you will see a pool of color and water at your feet in the shower. It could fade unpleasantly, looking green. On an uneven canvas with different porosities, the color could apply splotchy and unevenly. As they fade, it's pretty normal to see every color of the rainbow evacuate from your hair. Every color is different. Green sometimes fades out into a peach, purple to a teal. And if none of this is ideal, well, unfortunately, bleach does not remove these. Yeah. Let's finish off this video by helping you through the removal process. Removing direct dyes from your hair seems tricky, but there is a trick to it. Traditional hair lightener or bleach will not remove it, but it also won't drive it further into the hair or make it more permanent like many people think. That's just a misconception that we need to melt bust.
So now you want to remove the dye, hey? Well, remember, not to be negative, but your negatively charged damaged hair is what's attracting the positively charged ions from the hair color to keep it into your strands. And well, if opposites attract, similars will repel, even though they still come in peace. But what's happening, especially when you put on lightener, aka hair bleach, with ammonia, which is the positively charged ions, it's just not going to do anything to these dyes. What it will do is lighten the hair underneath the dyes, which can make the color appear brighter, but it is in fact not driving the color deeper into the strands or lightening that color at all. What you need is a negatively charged bleaching cream. These are going to be hair lighteners with potassium persulfate and sodium persulfate. So check your ingredients. These types of lighteners have a stronger negative charge that will completely overrule the bond that your negative and weak hair has on the positively charged dye molecules. And therefore, it will quickly clean them away from your strands, and the pigment will be gone in minutes. Minutes? Yes, it's science. Scientific Melly, out.
I love when you get scientific. And now that we've touched on just about all the basics of direct dyeing, you are free to go get conditioning. Thank you to Eva NYC again for partnering with me on this video, which I've wanted to make for you for so long. And again, this is a mask I've been using for so long, the Therapy Sessions hair mask, one of my absolute favorites. I'll put a link where you can get it in the description box below, as well as my top color masks that I like to reach for, some that are already pre-mixed so you don't have to worry about being a freaking color chemist. But if you are a little artist, then pure pigments are the best way to go to create whatever you want to create on your head. If you create something fun, do tag me on Instagram. I'd love to see it. And subscribe to this channel while we're here, especially if you like learning more tips and tricks backed by science and a professional that specializes in curls especially. This has been your main girls.
Thank you so much for watching. It was lovely having you here.
And we are out. Peace! Considering this is a color video, I'm not wearing a lot of color. My tea is leaking. Can I have a napkin? Clean up on aisle 12. Today's tea of the day is butterscotch chai. Look at this freaking mug. It's a skull in there. What'd you put in here? Yeah, you didn't stir anything. Yeah. The camera's gonna die. I need to plug it in for 5-10 minutes. We're moving. We're moving. And we're moving.
Okay, all right. Can't see my name tag. It's okay, it's fucking, it's flying off me anyways. Stick on the tit, stick on the tit. Hi, I'm Scientific Mell. Why am I country? I like color. Hi, I was trying to speak nasally. There's a fly in here. I gotta go wash my hair. Bun, 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 bun.